Hello System Masters and Mistresses, MSM here. Back for a review of the RetroFlag GPI case with Raspberry Pi 0W. So that is a device that I absolutely adore, and I will explain you why this is all you need when it comes to portable gaming for retro games. You really don't need anything else, guys. You don't need to have an Analogue Pocket. This is enough, and this is perfect. And by the way, so this runs on batteries, but you can buy rechargeable ones if you want. You don't have, but these are the original batteries I've put in when I got this device, and I've never had to change them. So I don't know how much they last, but they pretty much last forever. And we just missed the intro where Mario is saying hi, basically. And so this is fitted with a Raspberry Pi 0W, which actually isn't this. You can remove it. It's just in this compartment here. And a 32 gig micro SD card. You can put a bigger one, but this is a 32 gig. And so you have the volume here, like on an old Game Boy. It works exactly the same. It feels like the volume button from the old Game Boy. This here is a contrast. And then you have all these buttons. It's absolutely amazing. And it feels great in the hand. So you don't have any, you can put your hand like this, like you can put your fingers wherever you want. You're not going to be removing anything, unlike, like on the Analogue Pocket, which Canadian Gamer just mentioned. Shout out to him. Go check his review of the Analogue Pocket. You'll see what the problem is here at the back, and it makes it, for me, impossible to play on an Analogue Pocket with comfort. So as you can see here, on the arcade, I have 2,270 games available, 864 NES, 194 hacked ROMs, so the home brews and stuff, 58 Atari 7800, 344 Sega Master System, Mega Drive hacks, Game Boy hacks. And what I like playing the most here, so you see TurboGrafx 16, Atari Lynx, like everything you can think of when it comes to retro gaming, up to like the era of the Super NES, the Genesis, Sega CD, 32X, PlayStation 1, a few of them too. Yeah, it runs PlayStation 1. If you put a bigger micro SD, you can run all the PlayStation 1 games. Up to that era, you have pretty much everything. Game Boy Color. What I like playing the most on this are Game Gear games, Game Boy and all that. I think that's what looks the most on the device. The screen, by the way, I don't know if you can see, is absolutely amazing. I don't know what type of screen it is, but it's absolutely amazing. That comes included in this case. And by the way, this is an older model with the Raspberry Pi 0W. Nowadays, they do the same thing with the full-blown Raspberry Pi 4 in it. And I've seen the reviews. You even have shoulder buttons here, and you can play all the games that you can play on the Raspberry Pi 4. This one is a little less powerful, but to be honest, to run these old-ass games like Game Gear, it's more than enough. More than enough, guys. I can start here one. I'll start good old Sonic the Hedgehog, because everybody knows what it looks like, what it's supposed to look like. So let's start that. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing. You don't need anything more than this. It's just when you boot it, it takes a little bit of time to boot. That's my only complaint about it. But if you get the Raspberry Pi 4 portable, it's probably way faster than this. But honestly, this is not a problem for me. Like people that can't wait a few seconds for a game to load. I don't know, man. Back in the day on Commodore 64, I had to wait 2 hours for my game to load. So you know what I mean. So there we are. We're playing Sonic 1 on the Game Gear on this device, and you can see the emulation is absolutely perfect. Playing like crap because I'm looking through the phone, and I have a delay for that. but it runs absolutely perfect. No complaint. See, I can do my trick here. So absolutely no complaint. Why? And this costs, by the way, with everything, it costs like $150, 100. I don't remember. Yeah, like $100 total. I paid for this, and I have everything I can ever dream of. So and you don't have to be afraid to break it or anything. Oh, and by the way, this comes also with its own case. You don't have a case to carry it around, the Analogue Pocket. This one, you have a little case that comes with it as well. So you just put it in this case, and it's safe. It's safe, as you can see, no damage. I carried this to a few places. I really like this device. If I'm going somewhere, I know I'm gonna be waiting for an hour at the DMV or whatever, or see a doctor or whatever. I'm gonna bring this with me. I'm not gonna bring my full-blown Steam Deck or Nintendo Switch. I just bring this in my pocket. It's so small. It holds into your pocket, but it's not that small that it's too small for your hands. You know what I mean? It feels great in my hands, and I have kind of big hands, and it feels great. You know, I like playing on the original Xbox with the Duke controller. So if that tells you something about my hands. But no, this is good. This is just the correct size. I wouldn't want it bigger, and I wouldn't want it smaller. So really, no complaints with this whatsoever. So voila, I got my emerald, and I can't convey enough how great the image looks. It's really awesome looking. And I don't want to hear, oh, it's going to look better on the Analogue Pocket. What? How is it going to look better in this? What's going to be better? I wouldn't be able to see the difference. I wouldn't be able to. And on the Analogue Pocket, you're going to have to buy tons of EverDrives. And here you don't have to. Everything's on this. Everything's on this. So I'm not saying the Analogue Pocket is a bad device per se. If you can get over the back thing with the cartridge popping out, that's a fine device. I'm just saying that, in my opinion, and that's just me, I think this is better. This will not, of course, play your cartridges, but other than that, I mean. I don't understand why people complain about this. So to leave, you just push start and select. I didn't remember. We can try another one real quick. What else can we try? Super Nintendo. Let's see if that works. Well, let's see a good old. Yeah, I said Super Nintendo, so let's try that. Because Game Boy also looks great on that. Where's Super Mario World? It's there. Arcade also looks top-notch on this. By the way, if you want to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade, plays great. And you know, I like FPGA devices if it's to play really seriously on my PC, on my TV, sorry. Then I play ideally on my Analogue Mega SG. But who plays seriously a portable device? That's... Okay, I don't know what to do here. What button? Oh, okay. Whatever. I have to redo Super Mario Kart. Let's try that. Let's try Super Mario Kart. But yeah, who plays seriously, like competitively, portably? Nobody, right? If you're gonna play competitively a Game Boy game, you're gonna do that on your PC to record it for speedrun.com and all that. Nobody's gonna play this seriously. So you might as well get a Raspberry Pi. You know what I mean? And again, the emulation is absolutely perfect. There's no complaint whatsoever on my end. I'm gonna look over the phone to see what I'm doing. And see, no issues whatsoever. So let's try something else real quick. See, there's so many games that you can play on this. Game Boy Advance, by the way, is here too. 1066 games. Also runs great. Let's showcase that instead of Game Boy. Let's try Sonic Advance. And you'll see there's no problem with the emulation on this tiny device. Because the Raspberry Pi Zero W itself is extremely small. You have to install it yourself in there, but again, it's super easy. You just take this off and you just put it in there. It takes like 2 minutes. It comes with its own little screwdriver where you just have 2 screws to put in. But you'll see Game Boy Advance runs great. So why get an Analogue Pocket and have to buy all these adapters, all these cartridges, all these EverDrives? Or, I mean, I don't, when this exists, you know what I mean? And it's fine if you do. I mean, I'm not saying that you did something bad. I'm just saying, maybe think about it, and you just need this, and you'll be good with everything. You know what I mean? Don't need anything more. See, perfect emulation. That's what you'll always get on Raspberry Pi, unless it's poorly configured. But if you buy a build that's already made, you get a build that's already made. There's nothing to buy except the device, Raspberry Pi Zero W, and the case. That's all you need. It's absolutely all you need. And that's it. So that's gonna be it for my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't do reviews much more these days anymore, but I've talked about this device on the Gentleman Club's live stream with Canadian Gamer quite a bit. It's on Fridays at 9 p.m. And I wanted to show this to you guys so that you can have an opinion on this. But I absolutely adore this. This is one of my favorite devices in the house. I would never throw this away for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's a great device. So there you go, guys. I will put the links in the description. I'm not sponsored, but in case you're interested in getting some of these things, you can check it out. It's really worth it. I hope you guys have a great day, and remember to master your systems. Bye, guys.